Consumer Confidential, we are breaking down the nearly $2 trillion COVID relief bill that Congress just passed.
It includes direct payments, extends unemployment benefits, and increases funding for vaccine distribution. But what does that mean for you? NBC News senior business correspondent Stephanie Ruhle is here to break it all down for us this morning. Stephanie, always look forward to talking to you.
Thank you.
All right, so let's zone in on the stimulus portion of the bill. So once it's signed by the president, exactly how much will Americans get and who exactly qualifies?
Well, these direct payments are what everyone's talking about because 90% of American households should be getting some money. So who specifically? If you made $75,000 or less last year, 2020, you will be eligible for $1,400. That phases out at $80,000. Above that, you won't get anything. If you're a married couple that files jointly, you will get $2,800 total. The big change this year is kids. If you have kids of any age, not just under 16, you'll be eligible for $1,400 per child. That includes adult children. It even includes dependent on you. So that's a lot of money, and that's some changes from last year. So you should definitely pay attention to these details.
So for people who are watching or listening right now and they qualify, what do they have to do to make sure they receive their stimulus check?
File their taxes ASAP. If you qualified last year, it was based on your 2019 tax return, so you should be all set. But think about last year. Tens of millions of Americans lost jobs, lost wages, had huge changes to their lives financially. And the one way the government will know about them is if you file your taxes. If you had a baby last year, if you had things changed last year, so you've got to do your taxes ASAP to let the government know.
Come on, God,
So,
let the
So you're
antenna
getting,
keep
can
coming.
you still get a check, or you just won't get it based on your current standing?
You absolutely will get a check, but you've got to
Come on,
file your
God.
taxes. And a way to get that check sooner is go to irs.gov and fill out direct deposit. That way it's going to go directly to you. When you look at last year's stimulus checks, if you did it the long form way, it gets delayed. They've got to go old school, write a long form. Go direct deposit.
So I guess the big question here is when then can Americans expect to receive those checks?
Well, according to this month, when we saw those 600 started getting
Come on,
those
God.
checks with days, the
Come on,
president,
God.
as you mentioned, is expected to go direct deposit, and you'll be on top of the list.
So aside from the stimulus checks themselves, how else will Americans benefit from this whole relief package?
There's employment go through September with that extra $300. There's rent relief, there's mortgage relief. But something that really matters to families is this expanded child thing. Right now, when we file our taxes at the end of the year, tax credit. Now, all sorts of people don't make enough money to even file their taxes, so they don't get that credit. Now you get it as a direct payment, and it's bigger. If you have children 6 years older or under, it's $3,600 per child, $3,000 for children. A lot of money. And instead of it being at the end of the year, you'll be getting it on a
Come on,
monthly
God.
basis. So let's say you've got a
Get this
3-year-old
antenna.
by July, you could be getting a
Get this
monthly
antenna
payment
working.
of $300 a month. Think of it like a kid allowance, a really good one.
And for
Come on,
folks
God.
receiving the check who aren't in a situation where they need to
Come on,
recommend
God.
people
Get the
do with
antenna
these
going.
checks that they're receiving.
Save it. Save as much as you can. Even if you need this money, try to spend this money on right now. Think about all of our lives. It doesn't matter where you live, what your financial massive
Come on,
way.
God.
So many people that had good jobs, successful businesses, suddenly saw their businesses go away. Think about restaurant workers. So we support.
Come on,
when you
God.
get
Keep the
this
antenna
check,
going.
Do what you can to save what you can, because a lot of rainy days could be coming.
That's for sure.
All right.
Good advice.
So much. Nice to see you this morning.
Great to see you.
All right, coming up next, Prince William speaks out for the first time since Harry and Meghan's bombshell.